receiving that crown and receiving that honor tends to encourage some of my younger women to get in there and really start thinking about how beautiful they are and how they define themselves, and not necessarily external factors, if that makes sense. Yes. But we did, I got some awesome opportunities. We got to do the rodeo in January, and then I got to sing the national anthem at the MLK March.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And this upcoming year, I plan on continuing in service. I'm a Denver Math Fellow this year. And basically we go into the schools and we provide tutoring for students who couldn't afford it otherwise. And so I'm looking forward to taking children past what they think they can do.
Right.
So, after you've been labeled as something, it's always awesome to beat that. I'm all for the underdog. So I'm excited to help and give back to our community.
That is exciting. That is exciting. And it says here that your musical career began at age 9, so you played the alto saxophone.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Okay,
I
so
did.
that means you are into the jazz genre
Absolutely.
of music. Boy, that's right up DJ Smooth's alley.
So Bill Evans, McCoy Tyner, Nancy Wilson, all that other stuff. I like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, those are some jazz greats indeed.
I understand you can sing too.
I do sing, yes, sir.
And what do you like? What's your favorite?
I like neo soul kind of stuff, so like Erykah Badu, but I like jazz too. So the standards in that.
I play neo soul. I play jazz, old school R&B. My queen does that.
Oh, nice.
And smooth
neo
jazz.
soul, of course, being a jazz show, and I have to have gospel. I
definitely
give glory
that.
to where glory is due. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be sitting here.
You're absolutely right.
So you can sing, dog.
Yes.
You know where I'm going with this. You know exactly where I'm going.
I was waiting to.
Yeah, Gigi, I did it.
Wow. So you're a graduate from Grandview High School. That's in the Cherry Creek School District.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's an awesome school district. Our daughter, she actually goes to Oberlin High School. So yeah,
that's great.
We love that school district. It is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so it says here also too that you received a scholarship to attend Berklee College of Music, and then you received your degree. From there?
I did.
Wow.
My degree was in contemporary writing and production.
Wow.
Yes.
So, you've done quite a bit in your career. And may I ask how old you are? If
24.
That's not 24.
Yeah.
Wow. So you've accomplished quite a bit in your 24-year time span.
Yes,
that is wonderful.
And looking forward to getting some more stuff out. So I'm finally recording my album as it comes out.
Wow.
So I'll be promoting it pretty soon.
Yes, well, we'll definitely have to have you back on the show so we can help you promote your album.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. And so tell us a little bit about how you wanted to, get into pageantry. Like, what was your driving force?
That's a good question. For me, it was kind of stepping outside of the box. So I think being a musician, you kind of get acclimated to competition. And so there are two outcomes. You'll either die in it or you'll get better from it. And so anytime there's something that I'm uncomfortable with or kind of a fear of mine, I usually try to attack it head on. So getting in front of people and refining myself and doing all the pageantry stuff was definitely outside of my comfort zone. And so in order to get past that, I just entered myself in it. And it turned out to teach me quite a few things, and I was able to walk out with the crown. So that was awesome.
Congratulations on
Thank you.
Too. Wow. And so what, as far as the history of pageantry, when it comes to the Miss Black Colorado pageant, can you kind of expound on that a little bit?
Sure. What I love about that is in the same line of taking competition and kind of going head on. That's really how the black pageantry came about, because back in the early 1900s, we weren't allowed to be in the Miss USA pageant and the other mainstream pageants that were going on. So there was a man who decided that he wanted to create his own pageant for black people because his daughters wanted to be a Miss America or Miss USA. And so I thought that was so awesome that in the face of a society that was discouraging you to accept your beauty and to really flaunt who you are, he made an avenue for that. So he didn't wait for it to be created. He made an avenue for that. And so he was able to birth something that would really help further generations in the generation he was in. So I thought it was really inspiring.
Oh, definitely.
And of course, I'm all about Black pride. So I think we're a beautiful people, and it's awesome to be able to represent that.
Absolutely. Well, we are just over the top excited to have you here with us. Yes,
thank you.
Indeed. And now I'm going to turn things over to Miss Gigi Hatcher. Again, she's the founder of Etiquette on the Runway Elite. I did say that correctly, right?
You did say it correctly.
Okay, good deal,
That is correct.
deal. And from my understanding, Miss Gigi, you were into modeling and acting back in the day, and so was that kind of like your inspiration to form this company or create this company?
Yes, and a lot of other things as well. So, my background is pretty simple. Coming up in California, going to a public school, having a Catholic background, having very low self-esteem, being extremely shy, bullied, acne on the skin. And, my aspirations were to, have a purpose. I wanted to matter. And, cliques that go on, especially with young girls, teenagers, because I don't know any better. And having to go through all of that and experience, oh my gosh, I don't matter. I'm fat, I'm overweight, I'm not thin like the other beautiful girls. And, in my mind, it was like, I am going to have a purpose, and there is something that I really want to do, to make a difference. And so for me, it was, having confidence, and I just didn't know how to have that. And, coming from a family where I had a single parent, which was my mom, and she worked 2 jobs, and, there were 3 of us, and it was kind of like, why I got to be the shy one? I'm the oldest of the 3, and I'm supposed to be the example. But just cutting it really short, yes, I've always wanted to open up a business where I could help other young girls and young boys to, become confident or feel like they mattered or had a purpose. So modeling and acting, believe it or not, was my other world. That's when I was not Gigi. I had an opportunity to be someone else. And, just being 5'6", and I'll add that 3/4 on there. Okay.
Add that on there.
Yeah, I'll add that 3/4 right there. But what was really important about that, and especially to me, because I truly am extremely competitive, I had to come first in everything that I do or that I did. And with that being said, I just started going around to different modeling agencies and managers at 5'6", and doing my little skits and whatever I could do to get in there, and I did. I became a professional model, and I moved from California actually and came here to Colorado. I just thought that I could get in a little bit better, and as far as landing a contract in modeling, it was right here in Colorado when I landed my contract.
Wow.
Yes, it was an Essence model search is what it was. And I had my little self up in there with those 6 feet, tall, beautiful women. But it's not really about, how tall you are and how beautiful you are, whatever. It's the inner beauty is what it is. And that confidence is what matters. So today, Etiquette on the Runway was born, 3.5 years ago. And so we've been able to bless at least, I want to say, over 350 young girls and boys, with helping them with leadership skills and being confident in who they are today. And I'm proud of that.
Oh, yes, as you should be. As you should be. And
Thank
you have
you.
a few accolades your own self. It says that you were the winner of the Mrs. Colorado America Spokesmodel of the Year and Photogenic of the Year for that same pageant or competition. And it says that's what landed you the exclusive contract with Maximum Talent.
Yes.
Wow. Learning some things here, DJ Smooth. So that's awesome.
Thank you.
The things that we as Black people, when we're wanting to expand our horizons per se, and we want to be of encouragement and inspiration to other young men and women.
That's the key right there. This is a lost art in this millennial age that we live in. Now, again, when I was coming up, it was all all about picking your brother and sister up.
Right.
It was all about, watching everyone and seeing them succeed. When you're sitting down on them Wednesday night fish fries, you got a little Jack Daniel going on, you got some fish cooking on the grill, kids running around and their nose running, you got one with a diaper full of mess. See, that's how it was when I was coming up. That somebody will sit back and bring somebody, Pookie, he went on to do such and such, and I remember when that boy was getting in trouble, I smacked him upside the back of his head and straighten yourself out, boy, and get up here. And now look at him. He's running for office. Yeah. See, that's how it used to be. Now, to hear this and to see this going on in our society, and knowing that I'm becoming an elder statesman, folks, I'm not old yet, just an elder statesman, and from a different era, and to see this, it hits me right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It hits me right here. Not the medulla oblongata. I'm talking about my heart. So, I'm loving this, and I want to hear more. Tell me more.
All right. Well, my next question to Gigi is, now, how did you become involved, I guess, or come to represent Brionne in her final few weeks of her pageantry?
Well, gosh, I think it's pretty clear. I mean, who wouldn't want to represent her?
Yes, she's gorgeous.
Very uplifting, positive attitude. And my husband and I both actually had the opportunity to see Brionne in action before we actually met her during pageant night. It was very interesting, and that will be another day, I guess, for that interview. But we were asked to come out that night, and we had a table set up, an event table set up, representing Etiquette on the Runway. So my husband and I just enjoyed watching the pageant, and she was truly my pick. I'm one of those that has the pageant book, and I'm going, okay, this note right here, she needs to do this, needs to do that. These are my top 5. She wore this, she should have wore that. And Brionne, definitely, she had that kind of aura about her. And so with all of that being said, it was just an honor to be able to be a part of her world, to be able to represent her, and hopefully get a couple of activities going for her and appearances and so forth, because it's tough getting jobs and different types of activities to be involved in and to be heard. So anyway, I'm very honored and grateful to be a part. So I just asked, and she picked me, and I said yes.
Good pick on both. Going on both ends. Absolutely,
she's a darling.
Yes, she is indeed. Yes. And so now I understand that Etiquette on the Runway, you have an upcoming, do I want to say project or
community event?
Yes, so you want to tell us a little bit about that?
I do. I'm really excited about this. So this is our 3rd year. This will be our 3rd annual Let's Beat Lymphoma Walkathon. And a couple of reasons why we did it, and I'll make it really quick. One was we actually had a young lady by the age of, she was 19, I won't say her name, but she was 19 years old with lymphoma cancer. And around about that same time, Mark's ex-wife's, his children's mom had lymphoma cancer, and she passed away from lymphoma. And as we learned more about it through one of my students at Etiquette on the Runway, this was a cancer that a lot of people, our society, is not aware of really what it is. And it's deadly. It's one of your most aggressive cancers to have. And it's the lime green ribbon, which we did not know that until we started doing research, my husband and I. And we knew that we had to do a major community event just to teach the kids in our program the art of giving back. And the Lymphoma Walkathon Festival is what we thought of. And so with it being our 3rd year, it's going to take place on October 8th, and it's held at the Evie Dennis campus, which is known as DSST, the Denver School of Science and Technology, Green Valley Ranch. And they actually dedicated the track and field to Etiquette on the Runway 3 years ago for our services and what we were doing. So we just want to go out there, Tamisha, and we just want to have a huge impact on the community, just get awareness out there about what lymphoma cancer really is, and and just make a difference with it. The only unfortunate thing about it, and if anyone or any of the listeners are hearing this, is that we had a hard time trying to find a foundation, and it's so it's unfortunate we don't have one here in Colorado. So we're teamed up with LRF, which is the Lymphoma Research Foundation, and they just welcomed us with open arms, and we have made them lots of money in the last 3 years. Lots of money. And we don't want to stop, and we've been asked, why aren't you guys doing anything here? How come you can't find anybody? It's like, get something here so that we can. Right. And we would love to partner with, Colorado. This is where we live.
Exactly.
But for right now, we're going to keep on keeping on with it so that we can get the monies and hopefully find a cure, for lymphoma cancer.
Absolutely. So it sounds like, yes, a wonderful thing that you guys are putting together.